Judy, we're looking at Musette, and we learned a couple things today on just putting pull-offs back to back, but just to kind of walk you through what we did today. The song has one flat, it's B flat, and it's in the key of F in 2/4 time. So we're going to count through the first measure, 1, 2, E, and A. All right, we start off with our first finger on C. We have C, B flat, A, G, F. So C, 1, 2, E, and A. All right, but I made some notations on the new PDF I sent you so that you can actually pull off from B flat and then pull off again from A to G. So it sounds like this. 1 pluck, but 2 pull-offs. And then go ahead and grab that F. So you end up with C. And one thing I like about it is your right hand ends up going M, I, P. M, I, P. It's kind of neat. And you actually do that on the first measure and the second measure. 1, 2, E, and 1, 2, E, and You don't want to go too fast because it's 1, 2, E, and 1. Like that 1 comes kind of fast if you take the 16th notes too fast. All right. The next part, we have the rhythm ends up being 1 E and 2 and 1 E and 2 and. All right, and I actually wrote it as a pull-off. I'm an idiot. If you can make a notation on the third measure, it should not be pull-off. It should be a hammer. So change that P to an H, and consider getting a new teacher who's not an idiot. All right, so the next part, you're going to go from the A to the B flat. I want you to hammer that on. Okay, that's going to be an index, hammer on. And then you're going to hit the C. That's going to be I, M. Okay, that's 1, E, and. Next part is 2, and. And on that one, I'm going I, P, I think. I'm going. Actually, totally cool with me if you go I there. No. Yeah, I want that to go I, P. Yeah, that should be I, P. Those last 2 8th notes should be I, P. B flat, A should be I, P. I, P. That's what I want. Good. All right. And then the last part will be 1 and 2 and. With those notes being G, C, A, F. Okay? G, C, A, F. Now this feels good. This is why I made that distinction on the last 2 8th notes of the last measure, because this is going to feel good. You're going to go I, M, I, P. The right hand will go I, M, I, P, and that'll feel good. All right? Practice that a couple times because that feels good. And then if you want to, you should probably put those 2 measures side by side and get the hang of it. So you're going to hammer on A to B flat, then grab the C. Remember, it's going to be an I, M, M, I, M. And then you're going to go I, P, right there, I, P. That might take some work. And then I, M, I, P. Work on that a couple times. Sorry, I did it wrong. Probably want to take it a little slower. But when you put all that together, it sounds like this. little slower. Alright, now the second line is the same except for the last measure. Slight differences. That'd be an I and P. F's out of tune. When the heck did that happen? I don't know. But yeah, the last thing to do will be putting the articulation in. So those pull-offs you're doing nicely, but the articulation of the staccato marks at the end. So just looking at that last measure, 1 and 2 and, I want you to just release the tension on the C. Right? I'm not pulling it off. I don't want to hear this. You're just interrupting it. The G you can't do anything about. G, C, A, F. That's what we're doing. The G is just going to have to kind of ring. C, like that. A, same idea. F. So I'm just kind of releasing the tension, but keeping my finger on the string. Eventually the G stops ringing because the A comes around. That's kind of how I'm doing it. But also remember that the two notes before it, the B flat and the A, are the same idea. Okay, so all together it would sound like this. Okay, it's easy to forget what to do with your right hand when you're trying to work on the articulation, but just take it one piece at a time. And if the articulation isn't quite there, that's fine, because you can get that later when you have the mental capacity to focus on that, which is, it's a lot to ask, especially on day one. So just get the hang of all these pull-offs and stuff. Don't let it hurt your hand. Take your time with it. For the most part, just get the hang of how you play this thing, and then we'll just work on it a little bit at a time. I think you'll like it though. It's a pretty tune. If you have any questions, let me know.